Hey guys, JB here, and I'm back for day 5 of JB's Guide to Ancient Greece. Yesterday we left off talking about this guy named Pericles. Pericles is a funny name, but evidently he was pretty important in ancient Greece. It says he was one of the most influential leaders. I got tongue-tied there for a minute. In ancient Greece. Mr. Boyd gave me the yellow book today. He said all my information's in here. So we're going to look at it. Around 460 BCE, he introduced reforms like having the city pay a salary to its officials. They ought to. If they're working a job, they ought to get paid. But before this, no poor citizen could afford to hold public office because they worked for free. Work for free? I wouldn't work if I wasn't getting paid. He encouraged citizens to participate in the governing assembly and vote on major issues. They call this direct democracy because citizens could give their opinions on laws, decisions about war and foreign policy, and elect public officials. That sounds like our government a little bit. However, only a male Athenian and with 2 Athenian parents was considered a free self-governing citizen. So you had to be from Athens and you had to be male. That's crazy, y'all. Well, it says here, and I'm going to put this one up for you guys to see, some guy named Hippocrates. Hippocrates. Is that a crate they move hippos in? Hippopotamus? Says Hippocrates. Maybe it's Hippocrates. They say things weird in ancient Greece. Was an ancient Greek doctor who believed that diseases were caused naturally and not caused by a god or affected by superstition. Doctors today still take the Hippocratic Oath to help patients and do no harm. I think Hippocrates sounds funnier. They should take the Hippocrate Oath and walk around carrying crates of hippos. It talks about 2 of our most famous cities in here. It says Athens and Sparta were 2 major Greek city-states. But they were completely different. Athenians wrote plays and made pottery, sold goods, and chatted about philosophy in the marketplace. They sound like they might have been pretty smart. They had what has been estimated to be 100,000 slaves. Athens was prosperous at the cost of others. Wow. That's strange. I guess they had people working for them so they could do other things like write the plays and stuff. That's kind of weird. And Sparta was a city-state in southern Greece, but it was prosperous in a different way. It was prosperous in battle. The Spartans believed that the city-state came above the individual at all costs, and they lived as a powerful war machine. Oh, like an Iron Man? War Machine, that's Rhodey, right? He's the gray Iron Man suit. Their slaves were called helots. They farmed the land while the Spartans waged wars. The city-state was an army camp with young boys of 7 years old leaving home to live in the army barracks. 7 years old, and they were learning to be warriors and fight? I think I was playing Legos at 7 years old. Boys became soldiers at age 20. And stayed soldiers until 60. Wow. Girls didn't fight, but they exercised to be strong and agile and to produce strong offspring. They wanted more boys. The Spartans didn't travel for trade. In 431 BCE, they began fighting against the Athenians in the Peloponnesian War, which lasted 27 years. The Athenians fell to the Spartans in 404 BCE. Sounds like the stronger ones won. Wow, that's pretty neat. Well, let's see if there's anything else in the blue book. I want to see if there's anything in here that talks about all this war and stuff, because that was pretty interesting. Okay, we talked about all that. When the Spartans first came, they were called Dorians. So they moved to Greece. Pelopo what? Oh, here we go. Here's something about that Pella word, that pelican word we were reading. The Peloponnesus is the area of South Greece separated from the mainland by water. Peloponnesus means island of the Pelops. The Pelops were an ancient people who had a mythological King Pelop. King Pelop That sounds funny. The Spartan form of government was an oligarchy. Oligarchy. They had two kings and then a small group of powerful men who advised the kings and also voted on state decisions. Okay. And the Helots, it says a little bit about them, but we read about them. They were the slaves in Sparta. That's all that's here, guys. That's pretty interesting when you think about it. I guess we'll find out tomorrow what happened, because something's going to happen. If Athens fell to Sparta, I wonder who's coming after Sparta, because this is Sparta. Bye, guys.